Definition of autonomous vehicles and their capabilities. Autonomous vehicles, also known as self-driving vehicles or driverless cars, are vehicles that are capable of navigating and driving without human input. These vehicles are equipped with advanced technologies, including sensors, cameras, GPS, and artificial intelligence, that allow them to observe the environment around them and make decisions based on that information. The capabilities of autonomous vehicles include the ability to navigate complex roadways, avoid obstacles, and communicate with other vehicles and infrastructure. Current state of autonomous vehicle technology. Currently, autonomous vehicle technology is still in its early stages of development, with many companies working on advancing the technology and improving its capabilities. While some autonomous vehicles are already on the road, they are typically limited to certain conditions and locations. There are also significant regulatory and safety concerns that need to be addressed before autonomous vehicles can be widely adopted. Autonomous vehicles in different modes of transportation. Autonomous vehicles have the potential to revolutionize different modes of transportation, including cars, buses, and trucks. Autonomous cars are expected to reduce the number of accidents caused by human error, increase mobility for the elderly and disabled, and improve traffic flow. Autonomous buses and trucks could increase efficiency and reduce transportation costs for goods and passengers. Impacts of autonomous vehicles on transportation infrastructure. The acceptance of autonomous vehicles will have meaningful impacts on transportation infrastructure. Changes in traffic flows and capacity on roadways will require modifications to existing infrastructure, including adding more dedicated lanes for autonomous vehicles and redesigning intersections to accommodate new traffic patterns. Integration with public transit systems could lead to more efficient and accessible transportation for passengers. The impacts on parking and land use will also need to be considered, as autonomous vehicles may require less parking space and could potentially change the way we use land in urban areas. Finally, impacts on roadway design and infrastructure, such as signage, signals, and lane markings, will need to be addressed to ensure the safe and efficient operation of autonomous vehicles. Changes in traffic flows and capacity on roadways. Autonomous vehicles are expected to significantly change traffic flows and capacity on roadways. With the ability to interact with other vehicles and infrastructure, autonomous vehicles can adjust their routes and speeds to minimize congestion and improve traffic flow. However, the introduction of autonomous vehicles could also lead to new traffic patterns, such as platooning, which could impact the capacity and safety of roadways. Integration with public transit systems. The integration of autonomous vehicles with public transit systems could lead to more efficient and accessible transportation for passengers. Autonomous vehicles could provide first and last-mile connections to transit stations, increasing the accessibility and convenience of public transit. Additionally, autonomous buses and shuttles could provide on-demand service, improving the efficiency and reliability of transit services. Impacts on parking and land use. Autonomous vehicles may have substantial impacts on parking and land use patterns. With the perspective for shared autonomous vehicles on the rise and increased efficiency in transportation, the demand for parking may decrease, freeing up valuable land for other uses. Additionally, the location and design of parking facilities may need to be reconsidered to accommodate the needs of autonomous vehicles. For example, autonomous vehicles may require specialized charging and maintenance facilities. Impacts on roadway design and infrastructure. The introduction of autonomous vehicles will require modifications to roadway design and infrastructure to ensure safe and efficient operation. Changes may include updated signage, signals, and lane markings to accommodate new traffic patterns and communication between vehicles and infrastructure. Additionally, dedicated lanes and intersections may be necessary for the safe operation of autonomous vehicles. Transportation planners and engineers will need to consider the infrastructure necessary to support the safe and efficient operation of autonomous vehicles. Legal and regulatory framework. The deployment of autonomous vehicles will require the development of a legal and regulatory framework to ensure public safety and address liability and insurance concerns. Governments and transportation agencies will need to establish regulations and standards for the testing and deployment of autonomous vehicles, including requirements for cybersecurity, data privacy, and vehicle-to-infrastructure communication. Additionally, liability and insurance concerns will need to be addressed, such as determining responsibility in case of an accident engaging an autonomous vehicle. Social and economic impacts. The deployment of autonomous vehicles could have significant social and economic impacts. On the positive side, autonomous vehicles will likely to improve mobility and accessibility for individuals who are not able to drive or have limited access to transportation. Additionally, the increased efficiency of transportation could lead to economic benefits, such as reduced travel time and improved productivity. However, there may also be negative social and economic impacts, such as job displacement in industries that rely on driving or changes to the way people use and interact with transportation. Conclusion. Overall, the development and deployment of autonomous vehicles will have substantial impacts on transportation infrastructure, mobility, and society. To fully comprehend the potential benefits of autonomous vehicles, it will be necessary to address the technological, regulatory, and social challenges that come with this new technology. Transportation planners, policymakers, and industry leaders will need to work together to ensure a safe, efficient, and equitable transportation system for all. Please feel free to like, share, and comment.